And while I wait for my coffee and bacon butty here at the hang around, that's great.
United Tango Victor, Roger, runway 09, clear for takeoff, surface wind 150 degrees, 4 knots.
Runway 09, clear for takeoff, easy 93 Tango Victor.
Hello, Flight Sim fans, and welcome to the Practically Geek channel. In today's episode of the best free add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator, I've headed to New Zealand's South Island to check out Motueka Airport by NZA Simulations, and you can download this absolutely free from their website. I will put a link in the description down below. So, just over the road from Golden Bay Fruit Packing and not too far from the Tasman Bay lies Motueka Airport here in New Zealand, and I'm happy to say that the default scenery isn't too bad for this airport. Everything certainly seems to be in the correct position. There's no scaling issues within the buildings, the autogen buildings that is, and the main building of the airport in this X shape you can just see in front of us here is good. It is in that shape, and it's great to see that the autogen has got it correct. Looking over the main area of Motueka Airport then, on the right, that X building, that unique X building there, you can see houses the Nelson Aviation College. Now, the default scenery seems to have missed some buildings out. On the right of that X, there is a small helicopter hangar, which is TNT helicopters, I believe, and there should be a line of 3 other hangars as well. Over on the left, you've got the Tasman skydiving building. Again, I would say that should be a hangar, but we'll see in the NZA Simulations scenery. That is the skydiving building. Further along, there is the Tasman Air building, and top left there should be 4 hangars there, and there's only 3, so you can see the default scenery has missed out some key buildings, but overall it's not too bad. Just flying over the top of the Golden Bay Fruit Packing building here, and just over to the back of the runway, you'll see a build-up of trees, and that is the Marchwood Park camping site. And I must say that the default scenery has got the level of trees. There's not too many, and it seems quite realistic, which is unusual for the default scenery. It usually just goes mad with trees in built-up areas. But with that being said, I think it's time to head into the NZA Simulations scenery for Motueka Airport and see just how much they've changed this lovely little airfield. Welcome back to Motueka here in New Zealand, and while I wait for my coffee and bacon butty here at the hang around, that's great, the hang around cafe, let's take a look at what NZA Simulations have done with this airport. And wow, isn't this really incredible? Another really amazing scenery by NZA Simulations. And just to remind you, this is free, and you can see how much they've changed. The surrounding areas, you've got vineyards, you've got the Golden Bay Fruit Packing building there on the top right of shot. Looks like the real life building, well, from what I can see on Google Maps anyway. The X-shaped building has been recreated and textured and modeled true to life, of course. All the surrounding hangars, you've got all the proper buildings for Tasman Air, the skydiving center bottom right of shot, the fuel tanks over on the bottom left, and top left of shot, the Marchwood camping site as well. And you can see they've taken away all those trees, and the surrounding areas had a lot of trees, and they've gone ahead and just retextured the whole immediate area. And you can also see the left of shot, in the left of shot rather, you can now get, well, we now have 4 hangars in a row there to match the real life airstrip. It is fantastic, and we've only just started with the exploration of this airport. As always with NZA Simulations, they've gone above and beyond with this one. They've put in all those missing buildings. The hangars are now here. The proper TNT helicopters building is on site with its own signage, and you've got a custom R44 helicopter there, the Robinson R44. The X building, get a closer look. Just a lot of details, as you can see. The gravel footpaths, the custom fencing, the picnic benches outside. The car park looks lovely, lovely attention to detail, especially with the propeller outside, which is there in real life. It's great to see that they've gone in and just completely overhauled the whole airfield. It's really, really fantastic to see the building that houses the fire truck there, and just the intricacy of the rocks going along the edge of the car park is just great to see. Love it. A closer look at the entrance area here to Motueka Airport, and it's just so intricate. I said it before, they've gone ahead and just completely changed everything. The level of detail in the signage for the Nelson Aviation College is crisp, and the model work always incredible by the team. On the top of the actual building itself, if you look to the right of shot, you can see on the roof they even put in the custom antennas, the aerials of the building, and the guttering work, and obviously the texture and modeling is a very high standard once again from NZA. Obviously, if you watch my channel, you'll know that this is one of the smaller sceneries, one of the smaller airports we have taken a look at, but it is probably one of the most detailed. There's a lot to see at Motueka Airport, and we've only really just got started. I want to take you around and show you some more detailing within the buildings. I want to show you some of the signage throughout this scenery because it is so crisp and well textured. So let's head over to well, we're already on this side, the Tasman skydiving building, more hangars, and some of those lovely details. We've got to take a look at Marchwood Park and the Golden Bay fruit packing building as well. Now, I've never been skydiving. It's something that I really want to do, but I can only guess and only imagine this is more of a training aid. So it looks like it's the side panel of one of the aircraft, and it just, I guess it helps the skydiving instructors tell the potential skydivers what to do, how they do it, how they actually grab the side of the plane. I don't know, but I'm sure some of you down below will let me know, but I'm guessing that's what this is. And just to go over the details, the wood paneling and the modeling, the texture work, and even the custom tree to the left looks great as always. No interior modeling, unfortunately, in these buildings, but we are talking freeware. And if you have seen some of my other NZA Simulations payware reviews, or you own any of their payware scenery, you'll know that they do include interior models, and they're fantastic. They are very detailed. I will be taking a look at Nelson Airport soon in the next few weeks, so please expect there to be a really detailed interior on that. But again, just to mention, it is freeware, but we're still getting PBR texture and reflections on things where it counts. Again, the modeling of the roof of the building here for the Skydive Tasman building is great. Lots of dirt and weathering, custom aerials, and this canopy which is shielding this lady on her laptop. Now that looks like the lady over from it looks like Mount Cook Airport, I think she works at, so she might be on a bit of a vacation here over in Motueka, or maybe she's just flew in, I don't know, but she's busy at work there. Heading from left to right then, and I absolutely love the massive sign for the Skydive Tasman building over on the left there. Lots of custom objects, fencing, foliage, and just popping over the top of the cafe area here with custom people models. You can see them enjoying their lunch. The cafe housed in this shipping container. The wheelie bins. Again, NZA Simulations are really good with their attention to detail, rather, on where they place in objects, making the airports that they recreate a lot more alive and true to life. I love the painted emblem on the top half of the roof section of this particular hangar here. And yeah, I mean, what more can I say, really? This is another really great scenery. You can see the Motueka Aero Club building here with its own kind of patio section with the, again, the park benches, and this more dirty looking hangar here as well. And I'm really impressed. I want to just show you something as well. We're going to go further down and just take a look at this fence area, because I saw this before and it's insane. I think this is the definition of intricacy and great texture work within a scenery for the flight sim. The signs are so well done, the texture of them, you can read everything. The animated flag, of course, is amazing, but look at the Motueka Aerodrome fees and charges board. You can read all that, and even down, look at this, the dirt gathering on the signs. And this is great because you're not just getting a clean sign, you're getting dirt, because it looks like it's been there for a while. And look at that padlock on the letterbox. Just, they really didn't have to, but they did. There's dirt on the padlock as well. I mean, come on. The PBR textures of these windows are really, really great. The dirt and the rust of this hangar in particular looks great. It really does. The dirt down the sort of the metal, I get the grooves, the corrugated grooves of the front of the hangar look very, very well done. And the massive fuel tanks enclosed by the custom fencing, really fantastic work by NZA Simulations. We'll head over. I just want to show you a little other detail we've got at the top of the airfield here. Let's go over to the camping park, and we will go into some night lighting. And of course, you guys love the before and after shots, so we will be doing that. I just wanted to show you guys this at the end of the runway. I couldn't really tell you what it's for, but again, the texture work and the foliage surrounding the tires is really, really great. The only thing I would hazard a guess of why these are here is if the worst happens and a plane overshoots the runway, it's not going to go right through the fence there. I'd imagine that's what it's for. The area off to the side of the runway Marchwood camping ground looks really great. You can see NZA Simulations have gone in and put some caravans in and redone the whole gravel area, the roadways, and taken away a lot of the trees that were once here, and they've put in their own trees, and you can see in the background the large ones. I don't know what they're called. If you know, tell me. And on the left you've got some horses within a fenced off area, which is always great. Weirdly enough, something I didn't notice was the hangar, the more remote hangar, Argues Aviation. I think that's how you pronounce it, Argues Aviation. And it's got a partial, well, it's got an interior to it, and it's fantastic. It's over at the back of Marshwood camping grounds, and again, the texture work and the model work is really amazing. And you can even just go right out the back of the door here towards the camping grounds. It is I didn't notice it before, weirdly enough. I just love what NZA Simulations have done, and have I mentioned it's free? It's incredible. The vineyards, the custom hedges, just the small details. I'll show you the end of the runway there in just a second, but the Golden Bay fruit packing facility, the large boxes, the stacks of boxes, the lorry and the forklifts. You can even see some fruit in the boxes down there. It is incredible. It really is amazing. But I say that like I'm surprised. I really am not surprised with just the detail that NZA Simulations put into every one of their sceneries. And here is the end of runway 20 here at Motueka Airport, and the signage is just fantastic. I'm going to take you around now and quickly show you some of the signs that NZA have put in. But I've been on Street View on Google Maps myself, and it just I mean, apart from there being a closed gate here, it just looks spot on. It really, really does. So in this scenery, you have road signs, signs within the Golden Bay fruit packing building, more signs within Golden Bay, signs for Nelson Aviation College, advertisements for TNT helicopters flight training and their scenic trails, more road signs, this lovely Motueka Airport sign, the Tasman Fire Station sign, the all visitors must sign in sign, a flammable gas sign, a Skydive Abel Tasman sign, a Nelson Tasman Air Scenic Flights sign, this Do Amazing Scenic Flights advertisement sign, the Hang Around Coffee sign, the Motueka Aero Club sign, the Motueka Recreational Flight Training sign, this very detailed gas liquid flammable sign, this dirty emergency stop sign, this please don't light a match or cigarette by a fuel tank sign, and this dirty Motueka airport advertisements for scenic skydiving, parachuting, aerobatics and hang gliding and drag racing sign. Oof, out of breath. Before I show you the night lighting for Motueka Airport, I'm going to show you something really amazing, and I think this is, well, it's just incredible. It's something we've seen before in other sceneries, but this, it just blew my mind when I saw it. When I read about it in obviously the scenery description over on their website, I was like, oh, that's cool. Well, I've seen it for myself now, and it is really cool. So this airport actually hosts drag racing events on the runway on certain days, and what NZA Simulations have done, have implemented that, and it's great to see. And you have to be obviously on a certain day of the event it's taking place. So with the power of editing, let's jump to one of those days. And there we go, the Motueka Dragway Challenge, the Rock 94.4 FM race. You can see NZA Simulations have put the little stamp, the little logo on there, maybe one of the race sponsors, and you can see some real life car models over on the left there. You can see a white Mitsubishi, the what looks like, I would say that was probably a Nissan, and that looks like one of the older Mazdas. The model of the car gets away from me, the Mitsubishi Evo, I think that is. And there's animated cars within this little feature. Hopefully we'll catch them doing their race in just a moment. Here we go. Who's going to win? Mazda against Mitsubishi, I think. The attendance is killing me. There we go! Oh, I think that was the Mitsubishi, to be honest with you. Great little feature, and we're going to take a look at the night lighting now for Motueka Airport by NZA Simulations. So let's check it out and see what it looks like. So let's rewind those watches and clocks and head back to 1 AM in the morning to check out the night lighting. It's now 1 AM at Motueka Airport, and I'd imagine this airport doesn't have any night operations. You can certainly see the runway hasn't got any lights on it. There's some lights on the main sort of X-shaped building to the left there, but it's not overdone in this area. Obviously, the area itself is kind of outside the main town of Motueka. So let's have a little fly around and see where we can see any of that lighting. As mentioned, there are lights on the main building here at the airport, and the lovely security light bottom left illuminating the Robinson R44 helicopter. Apart from that, there's nothing on the way of extreme lighting on obviously any aprons. This is more of an airfield with a concrete runway. There's lights where it counts, and you can't really see much in the way of street lighting on the main roads or the car park. The only real area of the airport here is the Golden Bay fruit packing building with its security lights illuminating the lorry down there. The lights from the caravans here at Marchwood illuminating some but not all of the caravans, which is a nice realistic touch. And lastly, the interior lighting of the Argues hangar here at Motueka Airport, and that unfortunately is it for the night lighting. I say unfortunately, I'm assuming there isn't much in the way of extreme lighting at night here. There's certainly, by the looks of it, no night operations. Feel free to tell me down below. I couldn't find anything on that topic, but yeah, so that is the night lighting for the airport. It's now time to head into my before and after section for this airport, and if you haven't seen one of my videos before, you will see the default scenery at the top of your screen with the Freeware scenery displayed at the bottom, and this is to give you a really more detailed look of the changes that NZA Simulations have put into this scenery. So grab yourself a coffee if you haven't already, and feel free to pause this video. It can be paused, of course, so you can see it even better. So let's get into it. I hope you enjoy this. Motueka Airport by NZA Simulations is available over on their website for absolutely free. I will put a link for it in the description down below. And if you did go ahead and buy the Nelson Pro line scenery, this is a fantastic little airport to download, because if you take off runway 20, I believe, I think 20, yeah, if you head over to runway 20, take off and head southeast, you will find Nelson on the coastline. So it's a lovely little scenic trip down to Nelson, and definitely recommend this one for you to do that. In a few weeks, I will be reviewing at Nelson Airport by NZA Simulations, so please keep an eye out for that. And if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to the Practically Geek channel for more Microsoft Flight Simulator content just like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon.
United Tango Victor, Roger, runway 09, clear for takeoff, surface wind 150 degrees, 4 knots.
Runway 09, clear for takeoff, easy 93 Tango Victor.